Good morning and welcome to Thursday with Delenn. We are hanging out in the Vault Hunters building. Today's goal, as you can sort of see behind me, is that we're going to make some more crystals. I've determined that I need a lot more practice, which means a lot more crystals. So we get to play around with that a little bit today. And just going to relax, chill out, listen to a little bit of music, and bake crystals. That's really the big plan for today. So let's just jump right on in.
Hello there.
Realized this morning that my computer is kind of sick, so I have to play with that afterwards. We may see a few bizarre behaviors, but that's okay. We will do our best to just get by, and I will try and troubleshoot those this weekend. But one of them, you will not see a face cam, and these scene transitions might be a little bit rough because my Stream Deck keeps getting kicked every once in a while. So yeah, my transition to OBS 29 was not successful in my mind. But that's okay. Things happen. So good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. How are you today? First off, let's start by this. All right, okay. I was mining for more stones to do that, and made a big mess, leaving things all over the place. So I'll throw that over here for now. Yay! Hopefully, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, your morning is not super duper busy. 21. Okay, let's take a look. And can I see from here? Nope, can't tell. So I'm going to have to head down and see if the crops have grown again. Oh, actually, what I should probably do is grab a bucket. Once I get stuck, grab a bucket and spread the string out. There it is. Spread the string, more seeds. String out so that I can actually get more of it, because it looks like I'm going to be using more string than I had originally anticipated. Let's take these, those. Make ourselves another plot. Okay. So one of the things I had wanted to do is move a lot of this farming in there to sort of make it an enclosed farm. I'm debating whether that's worth it, or whether I might actually be better off to just extend the barn fencing down to the end of, or extend the yard fencing down to the end of the barn. One way or the other. First off, I'm going to actually just chop this part out and extend the string flax. There we go. Yes, if I can think straight. Okay, so I'm just going to mark it by hitting my corners. And then we could go from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this one. We'll just chop that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That doesn't seem right. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is here, not there. Back in the hole. All right. Sure. Oops. There. All right. Just gonna get these out of the way. The reason I want to extend the flax is I needed 30 some string in the current crystal that's going. Definitely don't have that. So I want to have its own farm. And I have a feeling that I'm going to need more later on anyways. I mean, as always, you can turn flax into string, but you cannot go the other way around. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be dug out there. 7, 8, 9. This is a very vanilla way of handling things, but when you need crystals, you need crystals, right? I do have a few. Like, I'm not entirely out, but I want to have enough. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I want to stay in this spot, but I want to have enough crystals that I don't mind just burning them this weekend. There, that's the issue. All right. Just burning them this weekend and practicing. It's not just being on stream that gives me the anxiety that's causing a problem. It's a bunch of other things. Like, it actually is in the vaults too. I did run one on my own a few days ago and still had problems. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's time for me to just practice by going straight at it. And I mean, hey, you may find, or I may find, that Vault Hunters is my bag. I'm still enjoying it. Or I may find that it just doesn't click. However, I've had a tip now from someone else who has been playing another mod pack, which is essentially acting as basically a lot of the Vault Hunter stuff minus the actual vault hunting part of it. So I mean, there's always the possibility to switch to that instead. But I'm really enjoying being on this server. I like the crew I'm with, so I'd like to try and make a little more progress in something that doesn't look quite so vanilla. Well, it's not just not looking vanilla, it's making some more progress and enjoying myself by actually learning to do something that's a little bit more challenging. You know? I've never been a great Minecraft player, but I want to get better. Okay, so this blue one, that's what I'm looking for. One out of that. Anything else ready to harvest? Yep. 1 wheat. You have a couple beets. Yeah, not a huge fan of where my farm is because it's so underground noisy. So I will probably have to look into that, possibly move the farms. It's not noisy right where I'm at in the barn, but it seems to be noisy over here. So looking at what I currently have going for, do I have flattened pieces out? I could move stuff on to this side, so flatten out further and just move farms over there. That's a good possibility as well. Just open up the space a bit more. But, yeah, it'd be nice if it actually would ask for things like melons. I'm starting to get a few of those stacked up, but I mean, I can always pack those into boxes and crates. That's one of the nice parts about some of the mods we've got in here is you can store stuff away in better bundles, I guess, in a lot of cases. Okay, so I got enough for 1 string out of that. Not very useful. That's okay. Yes, I really, ideally, for my purposes, would like, not that, would like to square off most of this. So just like maybe take a corner of that building and just shoot straight out. But if I go over farther and move the farms, that I can shoot straight out and include the, or at least go around the iron farm. Let's see how full. I've got some space. So let's go see what we can pick up from the iron farm just to clean up a little bit. And I don't know what happened, but I'm not hearing any Spotify. So I'm wondering what happened to that one. It's playing. It was playing, then just quit. Well, I'll add that to the list. Farm. Right. That's what it was. Not farm. Yes. Yeah. For some reason, it was playing and then just quit on me. I don't know. Add that to the list of things. It's almost like it's trying to tell me something, but I'm not going to go with it because sometimes when I choose to try and pretend I believe that sort of stuff, I end up freaking myself out and thinking that I should just quit. And I don't want to quit. I'm having too much fun most of the time. It's more fun when things just work, but just work appears to be not today's modus operandi. Okay, not what I want to do. Oh, well, just take these puppies. There we go. I don't know, but that's okay. We'll try and figure out stuff. So when the server reboots in about half an hour, we will actually be running a little bit of marbles instead of Lego, just because today Lego is non-cooperative for the camera reasons. So yeah, that's what we're up to. So another thing we could do if we run out of, not run out of things to do, but get temporarily stymied by growth of plants and so on, is we could maybe use some of this space to start spreading out, because this level, as nice as it is to have everything at hand, it's starting to feel, to me at least, a little bit crowded. Probably move the animals down and then maybe spread more of this stuff out along the side. But the big piece is I could even take this chunk and put it downstairs. So I'm not using it all that often. And this is the doll unalivered pen, I guess you could say. So when I rated out to Dan Bear Pig yesterday, you guys were able to see him unalive some dolls. And as you got to see, his little bear doll runs like a son of a gun. And so, runs around like crazy anyways. And so this is what I built for that. So you could set the doll in the center, and it really doesn't have anywhere to go. So it makes it a lot easier to unalive it. And then when the drops come down, they end up in the chests and into the big chest, or sorry, into the hoppers and then into the big chest, provided that you're not wearing a magnet. Which, when we did my dolls on screen here, I was wearing a magnet, so that didn't work out as well. But, like, as in it didn't end up in the chest. I keep looking in there because I keep wondering why that is right by that. This is the transmogrification table. So you put in a piece of armor, and it'll show you a bunch of, no, why don't I just do it? Piece of vault armor, and it'll show you a bunch of designs that you have unlocked and or not unlocked. So for example, I put this one in, and let's just grab some money just to show that it doesn't do anything right now. So let's go a little bit like this, like that. I'll throw those in here. I don't think I need, yeah, I don't need that. So if it worked, like if I had actually unlocked any other designs, then the lit up one is what I can convert it into. So if any of these other ones were lit up, I could actually change these pants to look like whatever that other design is for a cost. However, unfortunately, I have not unlocked any other designs. These are the only pants I've got so far. So, not so useful. What was I looking for? There's something I was looking for. I can't remember. I was going to do there. Okay, so we've got, you can see that we're still looking for 21 string, and I've got 1. So we'll add that. There we go. I found if you stand really close to it, then wearing the magnet doesn't seem to be a problem. But if you're standing further away, the magnet will pick stuff up rather than you. I've also been told multiple times that if I, rather than wearing this stuff in the overworld, I can actually wear, in this version of Alternators, I can actually wear the vault gear. The problem, like, because it doesn't take, let me correct that, it doesn't take durability in the overworld. Durability removal, I guess. But the problem with that, for me, is that, at least right now, when I only have that rusty design, I find the rusty design is ugly. So I'm not going to worry too much about changing it up, like, or wearing it in the overworld, just because I really don't like the look of it. So when we're doing things where I end up doing over-the-shoulder view on stream, whether it be a redeem or whether it be just starting and stopping the stream and talk to you guys, then I really don't like the look of the rusty stuff. once I get other materials, then we should be fine. So you can see we've got 4 vault crystals left at level 3. But I managed to pick up enough vault rock by just branch mining back and forth to get, vault stone to get vault rocks for 25 planks. So yeah, that's what we're working on, is just getting those turned into real ones. But we need the flax to grow for that to happen. Okay, puppies. You know, wonder. Nah. I can never remember whether or not poppers are supposed to pull from shulkers. I have a feeling they are, but I'm just... nah. Let's just take it out the classic way. Let's fill up those spaces. Oh, yeah. Fill up those spaces. There we go. Okay. Let's just pull everything. And then put every... Whoa, whoops. That's not going to help. Pull it all. Okay. Yeah, these don't compost. Wow, Dylan, are you sleepy? Probably not. Okay. The other project is we needed a return run to the Ender just to fix up our pickaxes. So that's not a huge deal. That's what we can get up to pretty quickly here. It'll give things a bit of a time to do whatever it is it's going to do. There we go. One down. So we have some bone meal. We're good. What else do we need? Okay. Not doing too bad there. And where did I put... Is that a dirt bucket? No, that's not a dirt bucket. I'm trying to figure out where I decided was my dirt bucket. I may have had one, and then... Yeah, I may have had one, then I despawned it. So this one? No? Sure, whatever. I'm going to need a dirt bucket, so let's just go with this. I'll take this one out. I really should also start labeling these things, but if I'm going to be moving them around, then there's not a lot of point. Where are we here? I picked that up. Why? That's odd. I don't remember picking that up, but okay. Alright, what do we got? Excess junk books. Knockback's not too bad. Okay, so that may look a little distracting. This is what we've got in the vaults so far. I mean, that's really all we have. So I'd love to be able to get to the point where I can start overfilling this thing by simply having more pieces. Or being able to use things, and actually do things with stuff in here. Like regret nuggets. You know, we can use those to create a regret chunk. That's it. You have to use the regret chunks, along with a lot of stuff, to create a choice flax. And that's for Hunter, or an Orb of Regret, which we have to get Hunter's Eye, and we don't have that. So, I mean, no go, right? Like, there's stuff that looks like we can do a lot with, but we can't. I mean, I can make more magnetite. That's about it. And I might as well. But today's a bit of a puttering day. Not critical. Magna. Oh. That. And then that will allow me to just throw that in here, modifying said magnet. But efficiency, we don't have to worry about because it doesn't do much. Velocity, I can't recall what that does. Range is a little further, but 1-to-1 right now. So, I mean, you're not going to change it much. I can up the durability a bit more, but that's about it. So, yeah. Not much happening. Oh. I can't do much with that. Just throw the vault plating back over. Store it all in one spot. Sometimes self-work days are healthy. Yeah. The only difference being I don't... never mind. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of difference. Okay, where was I? I'm looking to eventually make a netherite ingot, so maybe I should... Oh, not ingot, sorry, blocks. So maybe I should change that one. Get a couple of blocks out of that. That should help as well. It's the kind of puttering stuff that most people do off camera, but I think because the situation at the moment is such that I'm not doing that great involts on camera, then it becomes a putter day on camera, right? There. And at least it makes me feel like I'm getting closer. So yeah, I probably will do two things actually. Is take a look up here. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this part of the stairway up here, so I still come up the same spot for these guys. But I think I'm going to move the rest of it to the front, so we just come in the door and go straight up. Because that allows me to put this thing, not very used, like literally under our feet down here without impeding the ladders. And also if there's a lot of up and down and back and forth from the tools and so forth, then I'm not, I have to go all the way to the back corner, then all the way back to the front. Back to the front? Yeah. Blocks? Really, a lot of this is just while we're waiting for the... Sounds dumb, but waiting for the grass to grow, in essence. There we go. And I could also leave one ladder at each end. That would make even more sense. That would make more sense.
Oh, hello there!
Send, actually. Good morning, Swanky. How are you today? I appreciate your return. You had mentioned yesterday that I was kind of confusing you with Vault Hunters. That it's not something you're familiar with. I mean, it's modded, but it wasn't really your cup of tea. So I was quite surprised to see you back again. And pleased, but surprised. So, how has your day been in the meantime? Swanky is first, yes. And I apologize, I do not know if the first thing showed up for that. Add it to the list. That's 1 point. I'm going to accept it because it'll still put your name on it, but I'm going to look into whether or not that's actually working. It should have been, but I didn't see it come up. Mode alerts.
Hello?
Well, one day I will learn how to get it to not be upset about it, or how to not be upset about that ellipsis. Like, I don't get it. Okay, so new reminder point. Odd ellipsis. Oops, I can't spell. Push. The CH. There we go. Do that. I don't know. Some of them have no problem with it. Like, I've seen plenty of other streamers that have no problem with it. And the only bot I'm using does not have the ability to automod. Like, that's actually all coming from Twitch. So what I think I might end up having to do is back off the... Hello, Tom. How are you doing? You hear me? Yeah, you're seeing captions, so at least we know that part works, which is one good thing, because I wasn't sure if that was. Spanky, are you by any chance hearing me, or pardon me, watching on mobile? I ask because it seems that our friend Neon has issues with watching me on mobile. I think he has to be above 480. Always need help here. Well, yeah. And on this particular channel, if it's not you needing tech help, it's probably me. I have absolutely zero idea why it's fussing with me, but, you know. Some days you just can't understand everything working. Or as it's working. Whatever that word was supposed to be. I'm going to give myself a free hydrate. And, here. Okay, close that off. Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
So, well, that's something that does work, which is nice. But it gave me a second to clear my head and reset and get back on. Yes. I can accept my own hydrates. Woohoo! So I'm just going to move this part downstairs. I might have to turn off those guys. They're noisy. So you're not hearing the villagers going harm, because one of my favorite Forge 4 fabric mods that I often put in even my vanilla set, so you will have I was going to say you will have heard it, but it's not actually heard it. You will have lack of heard it, is the Extreme Sound Muffler. I highly recommend that to anyone. I'm not affiliated with the creator of it, but it is one of my absolute favorite mods because I can selectively mute any of the at least standard sounds. I haven't tried muting the non-standard ones yet from like a modded pack, but you can mute any of those sounds you want. And I find that incredibly useful because, of course, you don't have the villagers saying that, you know, harm or how much. And my dogs are quiet, which is nice. You go, like, I can go to an ender, and you don't hear the Enderman going absolutely crazy out there. So it's really, really nice. That's why I swear by it, because it has just made a world. Oh shoot, forgot about that. It has made a world of difference to my enjoyment of the game, just by being able to shut down sounds that are driving me crazy. The goal for how much? Is for me to get through my whole Yeti mug, which is, I believe, a 12-ounce Yeti coffee mug. And it should show us every time how much it fills in, but it doesn't always. I have just... Put the chest in backwards. Go. But it's just... I like to track it because people get to see that it has a cool animation. Very few people actually redeem it, so if I'm going to redeem it myself, I might as well show it off, right? Dell has all the fancy stuff. Well, Dell has the ability for all the fancy stuff, but when the basic stuff doesn't work, Dell doesn't care that she has all the fancy stuff. Modded for the win. Sleeping bags, yay!
Hello?
Good morning, Tiz. How are you? I would say long time no see. Did you get some good sleep last night at some point? I know you were still up when I logged off. There we go. Okay, now it's out of the way. I mean, it's not centered, but I don't think that's really all that important. It's out of the way, and I can get up and down. Let's see. Oh, we got some string. Let's go see what we can get. Yeah, I did need my coffee, and partly it's to wet the whistle for the morning, but also to, as Tiz so correctly puts it, keep others around me from getting too much of the brunt of my snarkiness. We're starting to get some in this field, which is nice. Shouldn't be too much longer till they start getting the whole thing. Alright, can I get 20, please? That'd be nice. Maybe? Maybe, kind of, sort of? Nope. Just 11. Oh well. That's okay. I missed one over there. One of the things they've got in this mod pack, and I'm not sure which mod provides it, is right-click does just a harvest, and like you don't need to replant sort of thing. But also when you do it with a right-click with a hoe, then you get a 3x3 action, which is really makes harvesting manually easy. Because I mean, one could automate, but really, when you just want the crops. The only thing I haven't done, I don't think, yeah, I silk touched on this one, which was a stupid mistake. I should have put fortune on it instead. It would have been so much smarter. For some reason, my brain wanted to try and use a hoe to get a pumpkin, or not a pumpkin, a melon. But I mean, that's really kind of dumb, because why waste your time with that when you can just be going like this? So it was a silly mistake on my part, but that's okay. If I don't have the opportunity to selectively remove enchantments, and I just haven't bothered to pull it all off, go work up the emeralds, and then buy a whole new set of books to do it again. You have too many different scenes and sources from testing for others, but you always end up using your core ones. Yeah, actually, in that case, Tom, one of my favorite plugins, I guess, or yeah, I guess that's the best way of putting it, plugins / mods for OBS is actually called Scene Tree. You're probably familiar with that one. But what's nice about being able to do that is then you can use the grouping function for folders of scenes on the scene side, not just on your sources side. And so I actually have folders, only one right now, but I used to have folders for a whole bunch of different purposes. So like when I was mucking around with trying to set up for YouTube, I had a YouTube only folder, so things I would never use in the Twitch side. I also, but I mean, like, I've got one right now. So basically I've got the main scenes, then I've got a folder marked embedded scenes, and then I've got a folder marked unused scenes. So that if I redo a scene but want to keep the old one just in case, then I just throw it in the unused scenes folder. And most of the time it solves the headaches to be able to sort things that way. Why I'm having issues with the cameras, and every time I touch the camera properties, or even when I try to quit the program right now, OBS goes to non-responding and I actually have to force quit it through the task manager. I was doing fine with OBS 28. I could exit, no problem. But this one, I don't know. It's just being a pain. Then there's the 3x3 when you harvest things you didn't even intend to. Okay. One is a Logitech cam, one's an Anker cam, and when I use it, the third one is a the Elgato EPOCam on my iPhone. The one I would like to work, that is like the one that's most critical right now, is probably the Anker cam, and it works fine in its what do you call it, software? The like its configuration software, and it works fine in the NVIDIA broadcast software. It just does not. None of the cams right now cooperate through OBS. No idea why that is. If all the cameras have permission, the program has permission to play with all the cameras, then it's just not. You know, just simply getting that thing out of here makes this space feel more open. I mean, I can spread stuff out better, so that's probably a good plan. Let's see, that's roughly the middle of the room. this one to the other. Okay, that's a lag I did not expect. It looked like it vanished. I don't like that. Me no likey. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. To be honest with you, I don't recall. Because I don't recall if that was the case. Because that's what I wanted. Yeah, I don't recall if it was right before OBS 28, but I've had the worst issues with 29. So, who knows? Who knows? And as you can see, I left the chat on. So we have Captain Mama and Golden Demon are both online right now. And they're just putzing around doing their thing. Oh, I know why I had those. Okay. Did I put the... Where's the magnet thing? This thing. Magnet modification 2. I'm just going to line them all up for now. I mean, I could... maybe I should spread them out. Yeah, why not? Because I can, right? Less than I should, more than I can. Okay, so tool thing here. Armor thing, you can go down here. Not like I'm going to use you very often. Magnet thing, go down there. There, now it looks spread out nice. I can get in between them. Magnet thing, you can keep these. Alright. So we're down to 6 strings, so next harvest we should be able to get onto the second stone. But yeah, one of them is a Logitech cam. It's a C920, and that's the one I usually use for my Lego. Right now it's coming off a boom arm sitting over top of my head. There's no USB extenders because I found that was a problem, so I got rid of those. Yeah, as I understand it, it's actually, if I hear it correctly, at the time it actually was the NVIDIA video card drivers for some reason. But right now I'm loath to roll them back because the Anchor Cam does work nicely in through the NVIDIA thing as well. It does work nicely in Zoom. I've been having the odd Zoom meeting for my scouting stuff, and so I wanted to play around with the brand new NVIDIA feature where they've added the funky thing that your eyes are retargeted to the camera. In Zoom, that would be incredibly useful for us because, not that I want to multitask or anything, but looking down at the Zoom program, because we naturally want to look at somebody's face, then we're not looking at the camera at them, right? So I like that feature to be able to move it. Okay, let's just, I like this whole spread out thing, so I'm just going to pick these bags up, move them, and the transmog table should probably go down farther anyways. But yeah, so I mean, that's a very outside case as to what I'm going to use it for in that sense, so I might just, throw my hands up and roll the drivers back again. I hate it when it beaks at me about, oops, I had the space. See if this will survive. I've never moved this before. Oh, no, it survived. Excellent. So yeah, I may have to just roll the drivers back again. Which is a bit of a pain because I don't know which ones are the most stable for it right now. The last time I had this issue, it was clear what were the more stable ones, because of course it was just the previous set, right? Down here again. I guess this seems to be my front, so I'm going with, actually, turn it around, go the other way, just because, and then I'm coming up and down the ladders, it's works the wrong way anyways. But yeah, so that's a bit of a pain. But I mean, I don't see why that would have a whole lot to do with if the cameras are refusing to show, why the OBS would refuse to close properly. I have tried duplicating the scenes I'm using and then pulling the cameras out of them so that there's no cameras referenced in any of my scenes. And it still has that problem, and I think it's just because I didn't throw the scene out. So I have also another plugin that's quite useful in this particular case. It's called Source Copy. What I'll probably do that is to save off the scene entirely to another file so I can import it with its transitions and all. And then pull out all the cameras and see if it still gives me the closing the program problem. Because that would be completely independent then of graphics drivers. Well, at least the part that's running the cameras and giving me headaches that way. You lost track back in October when work got crazy for you. Oh, totally. Totally. I mean, 29 is supposed to be stable, but everybody's got their updates for it. But it's not problematic. That's true. Yeah. Not problematic for me in most ways. Okay. What I was trying to organize was this one has stuff it shouldn't. I was trying to make it a bit of a one-stop shop of what I pick up and or what I drop off before I go to a vault. And I think I should probably just throw it all in one bag like that. Oh, no. And then these two can get picked up as I need them afterwards. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bazillion other things I keep getting. Where is random stuff box? We can go over there for now. This one and that one. Fits. Seed bag. Seed bag. Okay. Then we'll take a trip to the Ender. Ah! Actually, in the meantime, we shall have ourselves a game of marbles. That freeze indicates that the server just rebooted on us. I'll give you 1 second to get the marbles fired up, and I shall be right back with you. Sounds good, yeah. Alrighty. So what I'm just going to do. Another screen. Alright. So it takes the server a few minutes to reboot, which is why we're going to head on over to the marbles and give ourselves some racing to do. Go over there. That one works. Aha! Shazam! Now, most of the placing works. I'll fix that other bit later. But, here. There, close enough. Yeah, close enough. Alright. So, let's go with the viewer choice. You guys are familiar with how this goes. Feel free to go ahead and vote. So we're going to go with exclamation point, vote, and then whatever number you want. Oops, I said coils of power. Okay. So that's the one that somebody had voted on. 36. Alright. Let's see. Rush here. You know, we have time for a batch of 5, and the server's not actually rebooting right now, so I'm just going to throw in one of the Grand Prix with a 5. And then we'll still go with votes. So I know that Tom had voted 36, so I'll make sure that goes in there. 36. Okay. And if there's any other votes in there, feel free. Now I know you can only vote you can only vote once. So 36 is in there. So I guess Fantastic Sherlock Fox, you'll need to pick another number if it will let you. I'm watching this one. Good morning, Benson. your zombie this morning, is that sort of med hangover or just distraction, or is there something else up this morning? And how's your head feeling today? Yep, we've got 3 so far, okay. 36 and 52. And the other number that last one was. We have 2 more maps to go. Oh, what's Impa up to this time? You think she's looking out for your well-being or just being an annoying dog? Ah, I see, yes. Okay, well then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in the last 2 with some randoms, and then we will rock ourselves in there. Few will survive. Let's not eat everybody. Or one more. The sprint. Okay. So here we go. We're just going to rock that out. So you guys know how this works. We do exclamation point play to start. Just making sure that the audio is in here. Redeem. I don't see game audio, so let me just find Marble. Oh, might help if I actually try and capture the audio. Maybe that might help. Okay. I'm just going to check and see if everybody wants to be in on it. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, do you want to be in on this one? Because you're the only one that I think we're missing to start. Okay, so I do not know what we have for sounds on this one, but we'll give it a quick start, and off we go. All right. So it looks like ITT Tom took an early lead, dropping down over a couple of the bumps here, but Olivia Benson booted him from that quite quickly. And now it's her neck and neck with Tom. Tom is headed down the track, and so is Benson. Go, and somehow I managed to pass them. Let's get going in this direction. And into these spirals. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. We did this one with Carnage Joe on Friday, and it was a lot of fun. Very colorful. Great. And Benson made it into the spinning pan, so we'll see who else can make it down there. Pull it back so you can see a little more of both. Wow, she's got quite the lead. Even the little pins can't seem to slow her down. And Fantastic Sherlock Fox is playing the role of sweeper. Very important role there. Make sure nobody else gets left behind. Looks like, unless something crazy happens, Benson has the win on this one. Let's see who comes in second. Is it going to be me, or is it going to be ITT Tom? We shall see. Oh, well, he might actually get there. Yep, looks like he just snuck in. Oh, now he's bounced back out again. Can Fantastic Sherlock Fox pass ITT Tom, or will ITT Tom get spot number 3? And Benson didn't quite make it to the end. She got yeeted. I am so sorry to see that. 1, 2, and can Fantastic Sherlock Fox beat the fire coming down the track? My guess is yes. but no guarantees at this point. Ooh, and Fantastic Sherlock Fox is out as well. So it looks like the win goes to me this time round, but congratulations as well to Tom. And the final results on this one. You did in the final stretch. Good game for sure, everybody. Good game. Okay, let's head off to the next map. And you know what I just realized? I didn't put in a session for this one. So we'll take a look at all 5 when we're done here, but I forgot to put a session in for this one. Which means that we don't have an overall standings for the season, but that's okay. This is only the second time I've actually ever run marbles, so it's not a big difference at the moment. Alrighty. So we have myself and Tom are in there. Oh, and here comes Benson and Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Are you in for this one? Aha, there we go. Let's start our countdown. And if anyone else lurking in the shadows wants to get in, you may have missed this round, but you will definitely be able to be in the next one. Okay, so everybody's spread out on the board. Let's see where we go. Starting out with Fantastic Sherlock Fox. And can he keep his brief lead? Does not look like it. Oops, it's me, okay. Forget how to get rid of that one. There we go. So we can see the names, and looks like, whoa. Okay, I gotta back it out here because it looks like Benson is off to the races. No bad puns intended. So this is a gun type thing? Interesting. And shoot us over to the next section, and who's going to make it, and who's going to get tossed? Oh, both Tom and I have made it into there. And Fantastic Sherlock Fox chooses to wisely bypass that section. As Benson takes her shot. Ow! Well, looks like Benson has a yeet twofer, which is too bad. Just seems to not be her marbles day at the moment. Alright, so we have Tom and myself in the lead, and Fantastic Sherlock Fox just coming through the funnels. I was curious to know, Benson, when you were talking earlier, you mentioned that Impa kept you up half the night. Was she being just a puppy? Something bothering her, or do you think she was doing something that may or may not be part of her job, but she may see it that way? Uh-oh. Eat City. Where are we here? Let's see if we can get ourselves in a little closer. And I'm out. Yep, missed the bin. Missed it by that much. So the win this time goes to Tom, and Fantastic Sherlock Fox make it all the way down to the end for second. For those of you sitting around in chat, we do have if one of our Jimmy back to it. Yeah. Oh, I don't seem to have the ability to type right now. That's okay. Do I have a... Nope. That would have been smart. Okay. We do have a Discord. It's nothing exciting, but it's down in the About section of the Twitch page if you guys want it. It's very, very quiet right now. That's perfectly fine. We just a good place to provide feedback on what you don't like, or if there's anything that we talked about in conversation that people want to add to or continue. Okay, Tom, congratulations on that one, and congratulations to Fantastic Sherlock Fox for second. Nice win, exactly, nice win. All right, so let's head on to the third map then. We're on to one called Coils of Power. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Wow, Fantastic Sherlock Fox is in there right away with a really quick play. So we've got Okay, sorry. Forgot about how it starts that way. And Benson, would you like to be in on this one? Ooh, welcome in, Swanky. Welcome in. Yeah, this one definitely looks sus. And it sounds like it too. We've got quite the buzz going on. So I think the only one that we're missing is Benson. Do you want to be in on this one? Cool. Those are really nice emotes. I should figure out how to see what it takes for me to get them. All right. So we'll give it a quick countdown, and off we go. Yeah, this is only the second time I've ever run marbles, so I'm still getting used to what each of the functions does. And as some of our other friends have said, it takes a little bit to get used to the camera. Like trying to figure out how to deal with the up and down. I've got forward and back, and left and right, but up and down just seem to be a little. I got up. I can't remember what down was, so I'm having to figure out a bit of a workaround. Well, Swanky, looks like you've got the lead for now, and you're into the coils. Coils of power. Down would be useful for the game. This is a busy map, yeah. There's a lot going on. And Tom looks like he went to explore the outer space regions instead. So unfortunately not a 3-fer on this one. And we've got Fantastic Sherlock Fox and Swanky Potato left in the game. And I went for an exploration as well. Joining Tom as Spaceman Spiff. Oh, and it looks like Swanky Potato has joined the space crew. So we have Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Can you make it to the end, or do we have a complete? Nope. So that's a long spiral and no winner. Wow. Alrighty. Since we all DNF, let's just jump right on into the next map. And we're going to go for the Bongo Boogie. I don't think you actually got zapped, Swanky. I think you going around the outside, and it appears to have. Yeah. You're going around the outside, and it appears that you just went right off the edge of the map was all. Tom, I'm just going to zoom in on yours. This is kind of cool marble, so it's just black, but it's got a neat little sort of trail of fire. I like that. All right. So, if I can get hold of my mouse. There we go. What am I looking for here? No, that's not what I want. That's okay. Let's just see who we've got. Okay, so does Benson want back in on this one? We'll give you a couple more seconds. If not, that's perfectly fine. And we will proceed with these ones. All right, so no easy response on that, so we're just going to start the countdown then. We're on map 4 of 5, so we should be. Oh, and let's get these names going. Did I freeze it? Oops, sorry guys. Didn't mean to. Oh, I can speed up and slow it down. Aha! Apparently the T does that. Okay. Now I know. See? I can make time start and stop. But I don't want to take forever. Let's just roll everybody through and see what we got. So for now, I'm in the lead. And see how we do on this one. Who can make the bounce? We have 3 made it through, and Tom's bringing up the rear on this one. But we all made it past that first bongo bump. And Swanky's racing on through. Down those stairs. Bumpity bumpity. Here comes the second bongo bump. And Swanky make it. 1. Oh, and he just jumped the second row. Good one. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Desk Shock Fox stopped to play a whole tune. And Tom just had nothing to do with it. He's like, nope. Ow! Sorry, Swanky. I guess it sped you up right on out. 2 and 3. So the winners in the pan will be myself, followed by Tom at Fantastic Shock Fox. Congratulations to you two. So let's head right on in. It says 4 of 5. So we have 1 left. We're off to the sprint. Hi, Benson. Good to see you back again. Why, thank you ever so much. Apparently, in my marbles scene, I neglected to ensure that the alerts are going to be working. Alright, am I... everybody in who wants to be in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Fantastic Shock Fox, do you want to be in on this last one? Alright, so we've got everybody. Let's just get to it then. So thank you very, very much for the gift sub, Benson. I really appreciate it. And congratulations to Swanky Potato for receiving that gift sub. Okay. Wow, that's quite the... Okay, trying to follow this one is going to be an interesting challenge. That's better. Now we can sort of see who's in there. Looks like I'm ahead on the first lap, but we have 3 laps to do here. And so anything could happen. Anything could happen at this point. I like the fire coming off ITT Tom's marble. That looks pretty cool. Just a little rainbow design that we've got. Yay! Bit of a shame though that so far, just due to my driving skills or lack thereof, oh nice. Due to my driving skills or lack thereof, that the last map happens to be the least exciting at this point. Trying to sort of, how do I zoom out without press B? Oh, B for boost. Oops. Apparently it was 1 lap. Weird. I don't know. Absolutely no clue what's going on there. It said 3, I guess that was 3. Alright. So in this race I picked it up, but followed by ITT Tom and Swanky Potato. Congratulations. Right, so let's take it to the grand finish and see who our winner is. Right. So in 3rd place we have Fantastic Sherlock Fox. In 2nd is myself. And for the win today was ITT Tom. Yay! Thank you very, very much. That was pretty awesome. What do I have?
And there was much rejoicing.
All right. So of the 5 races then, you can see how that played out. Tom gets some... his 1 win, although that's not necessarily the case. There we are. Yeah, that really does. I don't know why. He rigged. He had the better marble. Tom probably hangs out in a lot of streams where they play marbles. So if I, for example, once you get to the customized point, you can actually start doing things and purchasing skins and spending real money and so on. I have not done that for anybody yet. Right. So let's just see what our home, where are we here? Top stream teacher track leaderboard, that's what I'm looking for. Local, and I forgot to enable a session. So that's what the problem was right now, is we don't have a session running. I will learn about that one, but I'll have to see. So as a streamer, I'm going to be at like the way bottom of the pile if I... Oh, nope, I don't even show the top 100. That's okay. And this is, as viewers, people could search for themselves. But locally, we don't have anything going on. Not sure what tilted means. but I'll have to figure that one out. In any case, that's where we were. I will get this one off the screen for you, and we will head back into the other and start working more on our crystals. I'm just logging into the other game. And that marble totally looks like that. So all I did, that's allowing me to actually get points, is I did set up a free Marbles account, and you can link it to your Twitch account. And then wherever your Twitch personality is playing marbles in anybody's stream, then you can get points towards things. So apparently if you get a certain amount of points, you can like earn free skins and stuff. I'm sure Tom knows far more about it than I do. But that said... Oh. Yeah. But that said, I figured, you know, I can't do much. If there's anything that you can earn over time by just simply playing, then I figured I would log into that, because then when I'm hanging out on Joe's streams every week and stuff, that we have the chance of just garnering a few points. I used to hang out a bit for marbles on Fire's, like Fire is Life. I used to hang out for marbles on his stream, and then when he stopped briefly streaming for a while, that's what I was doing. When he briefly stopped streaming for a while, then I was not obviously doing that. 19 extra, just don't fit. Here, rabbits, you can have those 19. How many? Now I have 33 rabbits. Yay! All right. I'm just gonna pop out and see whether or not we have enough to finish that set of string. In the rain. Skippy, skippy. Ow. Keep forgetting those are detrimental to me as well. Okay, getting tired of that. Hello, let's go this way. Now, we have more than the 6 we need, which is really the key. But so that's how I was doing it. And when people talk about that there's an app, really all the app does is let you see your points, not a whole lot about your standing, and lets you play with the customization features. That's it. So it's interesting, all right, but it's not anything other than more or less bog standard, I guess. It doesn't let you play the game in like not on stream. Okay, I'm gonna do this. You can dig up these. 6, 7, 8. Then I get some more. This one. There we go. Perfect. That's all I need. 1, 2, and 4. And then 14. Close enough. This one. I'm gonna make these into beets, because I don't really need the beets all that often. But if I'm in the middle of harvesting the string, I keep getting wheat, and frankly I don't need that much wheat. So I'm just going to take the time to get rid of the string in this particular field, double up the beets a little bit, and then I've got more string over there I can deal with. So that when I harvest this way, come on, there, then I get just what I'm looking for. And last one here. Come on. Alright, so we now have 23, and we can go put our 6 in to make it into string and see what the next crystal wants from us. Yes, much more convenient. Okay. So we need 6. Oops. You can have 6, okay. So I don't have to be on that side now. Look at the button over here, silly me. Yay, one down. This is a level 5 crystal. I'm just going to put it down there until I run out of space. Let's see what that one wants. Okay, so 8 lapis. I can do that with the guy upstairs. Oh, 47 bones. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a problem. But I've got a stone generator. And I've got a farm for that. So how many should that do I have in stock right now? Problem. 3, 4, 5. Headaches. How does... Okay, I understand what you're saying about an aura. Compared to the 9 it was. And yeah, and I can totally see why you'd want to say, yeah, I'll take that. That makes sense. But I'm not sure how the aura would compare when you're talking about numbers. That's just got me a little confused. I do understand the 1 to 10 scale and all that jazz. Kind of close enough. Okay. And how many bones do I have? Wrong one. 8. Well, that's not going to help us a whole lot. So we're going to be stymied on this one again. That's okay. Also, for every crystal you make, well, or for every level that you go up making crystals, so we're still making level 5 ones this time, but the costs are going to be more expensive than what we had in the previous one. I can get the lapis out of the road. This one. Those. 15 should do it. Maybe I'll take these just in case. Let's go talk to the gents upstairs. What? Yeah. I find it funny how they hop up and down, because in my other world they don't, and that's just because they all have beds over their heads. Because this one doesn't have anything behind them, so I've never seen them hop like that. It's actually kind of a news to me sort of thing. Okay, so I only needed 8. I only get 8. Well, come on. I only want 8, bud. Thank you. Okay. 8 is great. We're gonna go with that. Here's the 8 you want, you silly hungry table. Okay. Then it's a run over yonder for some stone. Actually, I might have it upstairs. The last time I was over there. Back and forth, back and forth. Yep, I do. Go. Now it's just these bones, which is a bit of a pain. Oops. So given that, I'm just going to drop off the emeralds, and we can make a trip to the Ender. Because the only other way really at this point, or the only way right now to get bones, is to take a trip. Or not trip, to just like hang out and pick on the skeletons. I don't have a skeleton farm. I wonder if that is a grouping. What can I use those for? Bone meal, of course. Okay. Glowstone cage lantern. Pellet. Bone block. Withered bone block. And wither lamps. Ew. Ugly. I can smelt withered bones to get black dye? Never seen that before. I mean, Architect's Palette is one I haven't played with a whole lot. That's pretty interesting. Aura is less than a 1, basically. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like. So it sounds, Benson, like you're saying. So these type would be more of what do you call it? Like more of a background ambient headache. It's there. It's annoying, but it's not the be all and end all. Nope. Does not like the withered bones. Okay. Was just checking. That I could follow and can understand. I mean, everybody and their dog has had those types. That makes sense. Okay. Now, is that with or without meds? Like, are the meds keeping it at bay like that, or is it actually not an issue right now? In the meantime, we're just off to the Ender. And hoping that I can be better at oops, wrong way. Hoping I can be better at getting to the Ender this time than I was the last stream. Yesterday morning, I went to go to the Ender and went down the ladder way too fast and died. So yeah. As Hermione famously said to Ron in Harry Potter, "What an idiot." But hey, sounds far better when Emma Watson says it. A little bit of a walk. I am certainly looking forward to getting the first of my skill points. I'm probably going to spend it on Waystones because they're the other members of the server who are quite advanced compared to where I'm at. As you can see from the yellow numbers up top, like Crafting Mama is level 20. They have placed Waystones at some of the very useful spots like Ender and stuff like that. And so getting there and speeding that up is quite high on my priority list. Also, I've had people say that they will very happily build things for me from like Pouches mod and stuff like that if I can provide the supplies. So Pouches mod is one that I can actually use when somebody else makes it, whereas the Waystones, you can't use them at all. And it's not even you can't build them, you can't even use the ones other people have put in the world unless you've got Waystones unlocked. So, like researched up and unlocked. And in a magic world, if and when I can actually get a handle on stuff and start making more progress at a reasonable rate, then I might look at talking to the rest of the server mates about potentially becoming part of what's in essence a research party. Which basically just means that everything becomes more expensive to research, but rather than every player pay for it individually, it is cheaper to do it in a party, and then as long as you're all logged on and all present at the time that the research at the more expensive rate is unlocked, then everybody gets that unlocked all at once. So once I can actually be better at contributing, then I will be willing to look at actually becoming a part of, or at least asking about becoming a part of said party. As far as I know, there isn't one going on the server, but I haven't inquired because if I don't feel that I can contribute, I really don't want to just be a research freeloader. That's not what we agreed to. That's not what we set up for. But yeah, the reason I mention it in this particular instance is there is a Waystone. Oh, hello, buddy. You're on the other side of the wall, so I don't care. Okay. There is a Waystone point that was put in at the Ender. So I don't have to worry then about all this craziness of falling over things and falling off of stuff and walking to Endermen by accident and all that sort of thing. Wow, that's a lot of Endermen. Okay, where is... The other thing about it is I can't actually see this thing as easily. On Dadcraft73's Java server, the Ender is down a little bit lower like this one, but rather than having a really janky, sketchy ladder that could get me into the void, and I'm going to go backwards this time. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go down the ladder. Come on. Can I please go down the ladder without dying? Thank you. Last time I came down, I went down the ladder way too fast and hit the bottom and died. And as you can see here, it was really touch and go as to whether or not my body ended up showing up in the void. Because this spot, not so helpful. Actually, can I stay? Oh, that's probably end up in the void. Is my magnet going to actually let me get this? First off, there's some precious. Pull that. Okay. This. Whoa. Sorry. A little bit freaked out. I think let's put one. Not on the ladder. One here and one there. Now we're like one teensy weensy bit more Delenn safe. Yeah, that's definitely a very, very huge improvement on headaches. Less than a 1, definitely a huge improvement. I mean, if they're bad enough to send you to the ER, and they've been going very, very long. Very nice Ender. I like, I mean, it's got a good rate. But the other thing I'm not so keen about this particular Ender 4 is that it actually does have a big enough gap that they can see you. So if I'm not careful to be, I don't have to look at the floor per se, but if I'm not careful, I look up too high while I'm swiping things, then, this is going to be a bit of a slow process. Apologies, guys. You can see, here's the waystone. It says you need to research them, so I can't actually use them. Oh, somebody's been here. Could have been me. I'm going to take my magnet off so that I don't pick up as many of the ender pearls. Let's hold this. Go. Apologies, guys, for this taking as long as it is. The oh groan that you heard was that I realized I did not bring my sword. And unlike the one on the Dadcraft server, there is not swords in waiting, sitting in a frame or something like that. It would have been sensible, but you know. There's enough ender people that we can just speed things up. As you can hear, I don't have as many of the Enderman noises going on this one, and that's once again thanks to the Extreme Sound Muffler. Dude, you're not supposed to spawn over there. That one. This way, this way. I'm going to start by just quickly repairing the stuff that I use every day, and then I'll get rid of those extra axes. Yeah, I mean, if I turn it off... Oh, hold your ears, warning. So yeah, I've got quite a few of these sounds muffled, because otherwise it would be really noisy. They make lots of loud screamy sounds too. Let's just turn that off one time. Minute. You can imagine, so you can imagine this is much more pleasant. You get a few of them making noises. It's funny because I don't remember muting the death noises. Like, I think I turned them down. I don't think I turned them off. Okay, so that one's ready. Dump those over here. Okay, fortune pick first. I will mentally remind myself next time, bring the sword. One of the things I should do, and probably will do off camera, is I'll take a stop at we have ourselves a blaze farm now, so I'll get the ender chests made, and then that will solve a lot of this, because if I forget things, I'll just open up ender chests and hope they're there. They're becoming one-hit wonders right now. Just for kicks. What goes into making an ender chest? An ender chest requires, I believe it needs an ender pearl, and then it also needs, I believe, blaze. I'm not sure if it's blaze rods or blaze powder. I think it's blaze powder. And so someone has recently put together a blaze farm. I'm just going to go hang out there. Mute that one as well, probably zone 2. Because, anyways, and then I can get a whole shulker full of those, which worked really well. Actually, I might do a sack on that end, but get a whole sack full of stacks of blaze rods. Take some time to do that, and then I should be set. At least that's the idea. Until the crazy Crystal Ultra starts asking for those sorts of products. So we need Ender Pearl, the Blaze Powder, which makes the Ender Eye, and then you surround that with 8 Obsidian. Yeah. Many of the smart people in chat could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. I've had to make enough of them from stupid mistakes that I should have it memorized by now. I just don't know if what I think I had memorized is correct. Okay, so that one's done. Fortune. This one here. And the reason that these need mending is that's what I was using when I was doing the mining for Vaultstone. And as you guys can see, this one, Ender Pearl wise, could probably use to have the either the fence made smaller, like not the fence, but like the full circle made smaller, or the Ender Pearl catch zone of poppers made larger because it's just all over the place. They're just loose everywhere. But I had noticed even when I brought my sword, the range on this is a little bit larger than the one on the coffee server, but Dakar 73's Java server. Range on this one's a little bit, space is a little larger, so if I do swipes with the sword, I can't actually get all of them. Like, there's some that I just can't reach.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Wow! Hello. Thank you very much for the raid, Minecrafter Mom. Good to see you guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. So what I'm up to today is I am playing a little bit of Vault Hunters, which is a mod pack for Java, Java Minecraft, and I had been doing some mining for what's called Vaultstone. So it's the stone type that we need to use to make crystals and open vaults. Multi-step process, but in any case, and I killed my tools, and unfortunately I forgot to bring my sword, but now I'm all the way out here at the Ender. It's a bit of a trek back to go get it, so I just figured I would go at it with the axe anyways. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's a bit of a slow process, but we're getting there. We're almost there. So thank you ever so much for the raid. Now, if you raid and run, that's fine. I will be quite curious to find out from yourself or one of your community what you were up to, so if you have to raid and run, then maybe one of your community can fill me in. Cookies and mom hugs for all! Oh, awesome! I can always use mom hugs, can always give mom hugs. Fantastic. Yeah, good luck getting to your appointment on time, and best wishes with all the traffic. So, if you guys saw the little parachutes as everybody dropped into the stream, and I love the pun on that one, those can be triggered anytime you like, with, I believe there's a 1-minute delay, but you can use exclamation point drop, and it'll just come up with your name and a little avatar and drop them out of the sky. It's kind of fun. There's a point system at the bottom, but at the moment I don't have that linked to anything to be able to do anything with a result where one actually successfully makes it into the pool. I'm still looking for, oh, hey, don't hit me. They're not hitting me, I'm being an idiot and starving. So yeah. And if at any time during the stream you enjoy what you're seeing, feel free to smash that follow button. At the moment I have only 150 as my target goal, but I will slowly poke that up as interest permits, I guess is probably the best way of putting it. But we are just about done with this Ender's Place. You're not hearing a lot of the noise. How am I feeling today? I finally got over that ratted cold. Ooh. Excellent choice, fantastic shot, Fox. So this is a little Champion of the Hill game. Just it's free to play. Feel free to just hit ! join, and it just counts down and spits out little pictures, and then it decides who's the Champion of the Hill. So, for those of you that are not familiar with Vault Hunters, basically, you could say it's an alternate... Whoa! Don't hit me! Oh, I see what happened. Okay. We broke the fence somehow. That's not smart. There we go. What was that? I can fix that elsewhere. Okay. Let's head home. For Vault Hunters being a... Oh, that's not good. You're not supposed to spawn on the leaves. Okay, that's definitely not a good thing. Here we go, looking at the floor. You don't need that many extra pearls. Ditch the pearls before I go. There. Other space. We're just leaving there for now. But for those of you that have not played modded before, basically Vault Hunters starts when this version of Vault Hunters is in 1.18 Minecraft, so we don't have all the cool stuff of 1.19. Congratulations to Iris Bear for being the the Champion of the Hill, using the Planty, which the Planty is actually a cactus in a pot. Okay, can I? This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm actually quite nervous about going up this ladder, because if I shoot sideways at all, I end up in the void, and at this point in my game, there would be an awful lot of redoing effort. So where is it going with this? Vault Hunters is one that, I guess you would say, starts partway through. In this particular version of it, you need to have some basic supplies added by the mod pack. It's a special type of stone, and it makes a portal that basically looks and functions a lot like the Ender portal. And then once you've built your portal, you need more of that same said stone to break it up and get chipped rocks, which then we turn into vault rocks. And I'll show you what those look like as soon as we can get ourselves home. But then from there, the vault rocks open up portals. Sorry, let me correct that. I jumped ahead of my game. So these kind of hard to show what they look like, but they're big black crystals. Okay, you can see one floating on the center here. This is the vault altar. So we put one of these black vault rocks on there, and then the altar starts asking you for different quantities of various items. And then once you feed it the correct quantities of items, you can press the button, and cool little pink sparkles go into it, and then it turns into a gold, like a yellow golden crystal, or rainbow crystal actually, because there's the one we made this morning. And it just looks pretty much the same, except it glows different colors. Those go inside the portal you've made with big black vault stone. I'm just gonna look out the window here. You can see on the other side, I'm just trying to point my mouse at it, the vault portal I've made there. It looks just like an ender portal, but once you put that crystal onto it, right click it on there, then the crystal gets consumed and it opens sort of a rainbow portal. Going through the rainbow portal, there is a whole bunch of stuff on the other side which tends to kill me. There's a lot of death involved in the low levels. A lot of death. But you can get some custom gear and custom tools and custom weapons and so on and so forth, and a lot of custom stuff you can use to build things with. I guess there is a goal to be able to run a final portal and kill a final boss. There's a lot of building up to that point. You can do things like, once you've got all the right materials, you can actually start crafting some of your own random gear. And basically what happens is in the vaults you'll be able to grab something, pardon me, that has a question mark on it, and then when you right click it, it rolls randomly and then gives you a bunch of stats for what's on whatever it is, so shield or boots or something. But to make them is quite expensive, so it's easier to find them. And then we get magnets. Those are kind of fun too, because magnets drop stuff, it just sucks it to your inventory, so that's really handy. What else? There's a bunch of different tables and things you can use for different pieces. If you want to avoid, yeah, but tis Fantastic Sherlock Fox, lovely. The Fantastic Sherlock Fox made it and has pointed out our Plinko game, which is !Plinko. Once again, we don't yet have something that's a reward for being the winner, so it's sort of a visual at this point in time, but it's still fun to see. And I haven't shared all of the commands with the mods because I just haven't gotten around to it. It's relatively new, but there are opportunities where we can actually have a whole bunch of people line up and then fire off the game, either the drop or the Plinko one all at once, and then everybody's sort of racing each other to the bottom. And there are different things I can do to that, like add opportunities for channel points to push, like to add extra pegs in the way of people dropping them as a parachute or whatever. Where was I going with this one? I was back here for a reason. Oh, bones. Bummer. I just slept through the night. Not smart. This particular one is not showing it, but there are a lot of categories that they've built in. So if for example, if you see leaves listed, it'll give you a type of leaf. So it'll say like oak leaves or spruce leaves or birch or whatever, but it'll cycle through a bunch of basic types of leaves. The mods we have here do add extra trees, but mostly it's the basic stuff that this is asking for. I haven't yet to see it ask for some of the other mod materials from the additional mods, but yeah, you never know. So if I hit H, you'll get to see sort of a big stat screen. Currently, actually maybe I should suit up in my vault stuff just to be able to show you the differences. Okay, this, that, here, that one, not much difference there. Okay. So I have a couple other members who are on the server right now, but usually they're pretty quiet, so I didn't bother shutting down the conversation. If they get to be a little too chatty, then I'll just back that off. Okay, so what I was going to show you is compared to what I'm wearing right now. So my current damage would be 4. That's pretty rough. It's not great, you know, defense is 10%, so 10% of it wouldn't happen. And my mana pool size is 100. It says I have 20 hearts, which really, of course, we all know that's 10 hearts and it measures in halves. And then my armor level is actually only 13. Not great, right? Not ideal. But if I swap off, so this helmet is 5 armor. Durability comparison, I haven't quite been able to figure it out, but mending makes it sort of the same. And then we've got a couple extra bonuses, so I put that one on. Armor here, we've got 4 versus 4, so the armor isn't that much different. And then this is 6 versus my pants, which are 4, so there's an improvement there. And then if I go back into the H, so now my damage is 15.8. Hearts are still the same, but the defense is now up to 17, and my mana pool is up to 112, and that's because of bonuses on the gear. So we've got a 5 mana, plus 5 mana on the bottom there. And then you can see the other two are somewhat self-explanatory, the knockback resist and the crit resistance. This second one, same thing. Plus 5% item quantity means that there's 5% more items available to me in the vaults to collect. And I don't usually have to worry about that because it doesn't help a whole lot. Vault leggings, you can see the crit and the knockback. I hear in the next patch, because this is actually open alpha, I hear in the next patch that the thorns damage will be removed, so thorns won't be a thing. I don't know if it's something you'll be able to enchant your gear with manually, but it supposedly is not supposed to come in the rolls, so I don't know if that's going to cause re-rolling of gear. It would be nice if it did. I'd love to get that slot back, but, you know, it is what it is. And these are just the same netherite boots I had before. But when you're in the vaults, you're aiming to get vault XP as well as vault loot, and then fill up your vault experience bar, which you can see above the food bar below. And the vault bar experience bar, these are the ones that you want to, like, it's sort of your aim, your target. And those are the ones that will get you levels that eventually you can work towards your final vault and your final boss, and there's a lot of stuff. This gear, I don't wear it often in the overworld, although I could, because vault gear does not take durability damage in the overworld at all. And that's part of the trade-off for not being able to put mending on it. It's not a voluntary trade-off, that's just the way it works. I think my magnet does take durability damage in the overworld, so I'll have to see about that. But I have enough materials to make another one if I need to. Let's see what else is critical in this zone. So crit resistance went up. Item quantity went up. Regen is still at 75%, so I guess I could boot that. What else have we got? Thorns damage, yeah, so it just tells me about different things like that. This is sort of my vault history. I've run 41 of them. I survived 18, I failed 23, which means I got unalived in 23. So, yeah. Unalived, dead, things killed me. 18 were basically I was chicken. Or I got lucky and managed to get out. So I'm not very good at it. I mean, the vault history just shows how well I did survive. These two I survived because I ran away. And part of the reason I survived them is that I'd seen some awesome rooms and got some good loot. And, yeah, left. So, that's the short version. There's skills you can get, which we can put skill points into. And those are that's health is one I put a bunch of points into. And what else have we got? You don't heal in the vaults, so you want to put skill points into that so that you've got a skill where you can spend some mana points to heal yourself a little bit. Dash is just a speed run for a little short distance. Vein Miner, but many people are familiar with that one. It just lets you block, mine a certain number of blocks at a time. I have not put a specialization into it because it halves the number of blocks that I'm able to vein mine, which at this level would be kind of pointless. And I've already got Fortune on my pick anyways, so what's the point? The other thing that you hear a lot about is the researches, and that's a whole different thing. That one you have to make knowledge stars to get knowledge points, separate from skill points. The skill points you earn 1 per level you go up, and you can make extras, whereas the knowledge points are exclusively based off the materials you collect in the vault. And so this is the one I'm aiming for, is Waystones. It's going to cost me 1, but I haven't got the materials yet to build it on 1. These ones just cost 1 and don't get more expensive each time. But if I was to go for a mod, say, create, it would cost me 6 to start. And then once I've actually done that, to level anything up in there, it would cost me an additional 12 research points. So it's a bit of a pain. But pouches, as I mentioned earlier, is one where it's very useful. You can carry them in the vaults. You can give them upgrades, so they'll pick up things for you straight into their pouch. Or you can upgrade the size. Interesting, what if I made that noise? Well, upgrade the size to it. But pouches are something you can use if somebody else has made it for you. Whereas things like Waystones, you cannot use them until you've unlocked the research for that. So that's part of why I'm going to go into that and then have somebody else make me the pieces I need from here. Storage, same sort of thing. Is I could, as I understand it, I could use some of these, not all of them, but some of them, if somebody else makes it for me. But if I was to unlock it, then it gets... This one says +0, so I don't know if it's going to get more expensive or not. But I mean, different ones cost different amounts, right? So, and some of them require previous ones. So if I was looking for the mechanism one down here, which cost me 6, then that's a prerequisite to unlocking the mechanism storage, which is fantastic, but it takes you a lot. So my theme this season is sort of a intentionally sort of a country farm concept. So I'm aiming for that create pack, because create does a lot with belts and windmills and cogs and that sort of power. So I think that works really well for a country farm concept to make things look a little believable, I guess. They get to be rather ridiculous sized machines, but it works nonetheless. All right, that one, I can't get to these till level 50, so I have a ways to work off, but they're specializations, and then you get to, like, start with your beautiful self, yay! Then you have other perks and things you can do. Talents are like extra bonuses past the skills. I believe they still take skill points. Yeah, I think it takes skill points, but I haven't put anything into that, clearly, because I need to have better experience and skills and know what I'm actually doing. That's the big key for me, is I'm not very good at this whole knowing what I'm doing business. So yeah, the stall we have right now is because I tend to run a lot of I tend to get a lot of anxiety on stream really easily. So as you saw, those 23 vaults that I died and 18 I survived, all but about 2 or 3 of those were run on stream. And yeah, didn't do so hot. But this is all I've got left for crystals right now. I've got 24 more blanks. I'm going to blow a bunch of these on the weekend if I can get them turned into crystals. So that's what we were up to today. And I was frustrated for having slept through the night because I need more bones. And without having a skelly spawner handy, then I need to basically hang out and wait. And I don't know what a sleep charm is, but I suspect the sleep charm for Craftin' Mama that was just mentioned in-game chat, I suspect it means that she's not going to have to worry about having to sleep and having to have phantoms. So that may or may not be a good thing for me. I don't know how that works, whether or not she'll just quote-unquote sleep away the night. But yeah. Inside the vaults, outside the vaults we have, as you can clearly see, we have mini maps, and we're using the Zeros set, which I believe is the same set that Momcrafter uses. Well, mine didn't think today. Mom, anyways, it's the set that Mom uses. But they've done an interesting thing with it. They have put a limiter on it so that we can't get a world map or any zooming in and out kind of behavior on the map. Like any of that type of behavior available inside the vaults. That doesn't work. So, so I've done a couple of little things that are cheaty, but let myself continue. Uh-oh. Okay, she slept away the night. I have to talk to her about that. But I have a few things that let me get around that. So, for example, I've also installed Journey Map, which in this world is kind of useless, sort of ugly. Daytime map, there we go. Still sort of ugly. But this map will work inside the game, like inside the vaults. So it's a dead cheaty workaround. The other thing I will do, and like we have free cam, so we can run around and do whatever with the camera and see how ugly we are and so on. I just don't like this armor. That's why I call it ugly. But this free cam also works in the vaults. It doesn't cause anything to res in. So I mean, if I was to try and run over this way, there we go. See, it doesn't cause anything else to res in, and then you can see things X-ray style. But that works in the vaults as well. So there are some vaults that I have allowed myself to go cheaty on and just take a look in advance and see whether or not I really want to go into that particular area. And really, it's just because if I'm not enjoying it, there's no way I can help you guys to enjoy it. So yeah, those are the couple things that I will do, but I've been playing it so incredibly cautiously that I'm not really getting much of anywhere and making silly mistakes because I'm overthinking things and being too cautious. Yeah. So I'm going to need to get myself some more bones. And that's bones literally, not... I tried another type, they don't work. And I don't have a mob farm handy. I may have to build one, I guess. That's another possibility. But, yeah, that's where we're at. So, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Hoping by next Tuesday I will have run some more vaults and be a little more confident. By next Wednesday, sorry. For those of you interested, because I play on Dadcraft73's Java server, starting this weekend, I believe on Saturday, he's starting base tours because he's having a server reset on the 1st of February. I can't recall, actually have not been told yet whether or not I'm scheduled for Saturday or whether I'm scheduled for next week, which I believe would be Thursday or Thursday or Saturday. So we'll have to find out, but it's definitely something that as soon as I know, I will make available. For anyone that has additional okay, let's try this one. And for anyone that has additional feedback, there is a very quiet new Discord available. Just lets people, put in what they think of what's been going on, or if there's tips to drop, feedback to give, topics to continue that you've heard on stream, anything of that nature, or anything beyond that you just want to share. That's fine too. I know everybody and their dog has a million and one Discords that they could be a part of, so there's no pressure intended, but that is definitely an option. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for this round. I'm just going to see if there's anybody I follow who's currently live. I can't even read what that one was. We are probably going to take a quick look and see. Who do we have? Oh! What's this guy do? Aha! Okay. I think we're going to head over to Bruno. Bruno, I can never pronounce his last name. Bruno Dan Uy. Basically, that's how some people pronounce it, but really he's, Bruno, and he's from Uruguay, which is where the UI comes from. We can jump in there. He's definitely playing Minecraft. I'm not sure particularly what he's on at the moment. It doesn't seem to tell me. But I believe that it's something a little more interesting and higher energy than you've currently seen. This would definitely not be modded, in my mind. So please do give him our best, and I think that's probably the best bet. I nearly went over to Groova Guy, but he's actually eating food right now. Right, so if you have access, there's the raid callout with the subscription emotes and the hype sheep. If you don't, there's also the global one available, and you can choose that. Special thank you to Fantastic Sherlock Fox and Olivia Benson as our mods. Also, thanks to Minecraft Mom for the raid, for coming in. Thank you to Swanky Potato, Tis for Truth, ITT Tom, and we had Starfire, oh boy, About the Can, Scotch Tape, Summer Fades to Winter, It's Amazing Angel, and Iris Bear. If there's anyone who chose to lurk and just hang out, that's perfectly fine. We appreciate you all, and we're very very glad that you chose to come in. So, please do give, in English, please do give Bruno our best. I will be joining you shortly. And, yeah, have yourselves a fantastic, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.
Transfer complete.